1. In Japan, you can rent a family member from a list of actors to play roles like a wife, son, or grandfather for everyday activities like dining or shopping. 2. If you're ever in Japan in January, brace yourself for Hadaka Matsuri, the wild, naked festival where thousands of men strip down to secure good fortune for the year ahead. You've been warned. 3. Okunoshima, known as Rabbit Island, is home to hundreds of bunnies. Interestingly, it was once a World War II chemical weapons site. Japan is also home to a fox village and many other cat islands. 4. Still on animals, the giant hornet is Japan's most lethal creature, responsible for 40 deaths annually due to its powerful sting. These hornets are double the size of regular ones, fly at 25 miles per hour, and can wipe out thousands of bees in hours. 5. Japanese trains are super punctual, averaging just an 18-second delay. Drivers are highly trained, and fierce competition keeps schedules tight. 6. Crooked teeth are surprisingly considered charming in Japan. This has led to a trend where women visit dental clinics to make their teeth look uneven or add artificial canines. Before, trends included LED teeth and black dyed teeth, as white teeth were once seen as unattractive. 7. Tattoos have long been stigmatized in Japan due to their link to the Japanese mafia. While they've certainly made a comeback in recent years, some public baths and pools still have no tattoos policies. So if you're inked and visiting Japan, plan accordingly. 8. Japan grows square watermelons for easier storage and display, although they're more for show than eating, as some can cost up to $800 each. 9. In Nara, you'll find more than just ancient temples. The city is famous for its polite deer. These sacred animals have learned to bow to visitors in exchange for shikasenbei, or deer crackers. 10. Surprisingly, salmon sushi isn't Japanese. It was introduced by Norway in the 1980s. Sushi actually refers to vinegared rice, not raw fish, and many types are vegetarian. 11. During Japan's 1980s property bubble, the land value of Tokyo's Imperial Palace was so high it was worth more than all of California's real estate. 12. The Kanamara Matsuri, or Festival of the Steel Phallus, held every April, celebrates fertility and the harvest with an abundance of colorful celebrations. You'll come across vegetables, decorations, and even candy all shaped like the phallus. 13. In Japan, it is perfectly fine and shows good manners to slurp your noodles out loud, even in public. It shows you're enjoying the meal and cools the noodles as you eat. 14. Speaking of noodles, they are really popular in Japan, with an average person consuming 30 servings annually and about 4 billion nationwide. August 25th is celebrated as Instant Ramen Day. There are even cup noodles museums in Osaka and Yokohama. 15. On Christmas Eve, many Japanese families trade turkey for some KFC. This tradition, born from a 1970s marketing campaign, is so popular that people line up weeks in advance to pre-order their Christmas feast. 16. Mount Fuji, Japan's tallest and most visited mountain, is also an active volcano. It's just one of many, but you will find over 100 active volcanoes in Japan, and 70% of its land is covered in forests and mountains. 17. Outside of nature, Japan is also home to over 100 castles, many of which date back to the Feudal Era. 18. Nishihama Onsen Keiunkan in Japan, opened since 705 AD, holds the record for the oldest continuously operating hotel. It has remained in the same family for 52 generations, making it the world's oldest family-run business. 19. Speaking of family businesses, in Japan, they typically last over 50 years, more than double the lifespan of their American counterparts. This is due to a careful selection of heirs. If no son is available, they can choose to arrange a marriage or even adopt an adult to be their heir. 20. Japan is known for its high-tech toilets, featuring heated seats, bidets, and even music for privacy. 21. Manga is so beloved in Japan that more paper is used for printing these comics than for toilet paper. 22. In Japan, you can get served up raw horse meat known as basashi, often accompanied by soy sauce and ginger. If that doesn't excite you, there's even Basashi-flavored ice cream, although it's not for everyone. 23. Masao Gonji from Chiba owns the world's largest Hello Kitty collection with over 5,100 items ranging from plush toys to kitchenware. 24. In Japan, women give chocolate to men on Valentine's Day, and a month later, men return gifts on White Day with items like white chocolate. 25. In Japan, the number 4 is avoided like the plague. Why? Because she sounds like death. So you'll find buildings skipping the 4th floor and products sold in sets of 3 or 5 to stay on the safe side. 26. Japan has 25 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including the historic temples of Kyoto, Shirakawa-go Village with its iconic thatched roofs, and the mystical forests of Yakushima, which is said to have inspired the setting of Studio Ghibli's Princess Mononoke. 27. Japan loves unique snack flavors. For example, Kit Kats come in varieties like green tea, wasabi, and edamame linked to the phrase kitukatsu, or good luck. 28. Signatures aren't a thing in Japan. Instead, people use Hankos, which are personalized seals made from silk or plant paste for signing documents. 29. Wealthy Japanese lords once had Nightingale floors designed to squeak and warn them of intruders like ninjas. 30. Slippers have a specific role in Japan. There are even special slippers used for just the toilet in homes, hotels, and restaurants. 31. Japan has no public trash cans. It might seem odd, but it means people have to carry their trash home to dispose of it. It's a habit that started after the 1995 sarin gas attack. 32. Japan's crime rate is so low that there are often more police than petty criminals. Lost wallets are usually left untouched or returned. Can you say the same for your city? 33. Japan is home to over 5 million vending machines, selling everything from drinks to raw eggs and even smart cars. Themed cafes are also common, such as those where customers pay to play with animals or even to nap with strangers. 34. Sticking chopsticks vertically in rice is taboo in Japan as it resembles a funeral ritual and brings bad luck. 35. Japan's Metabo law mandates waist measurements for folks aged 45 to 70. But don't worry, being overweight isn't illegal, they just like to keep it measured and monitored. 36. Even with strict waist measurements, Japan's vegetarian options can be limited outside major cities, though traditional Shojin Ryori offers plant-based dishes with rich umami. 37. In Japan, food safety is top-notch, so much so that you can eat raw eggs and chicken without worry. The country's strict import rules ensure everything's safe to consume. 38. Fugu, or blowfish, is a Japanese delicacy that's so dangerous, only certified chefs with years of training can prepare it. If done wrong, it could be lethal. 39. Tsukiji Market, the world's largest fish market for almost a century, is now relocated to Toyosu, but it still draws crowds, especially for the famous tuna auctions. 40. The country's national sport, sumo, originated in the 8th century as a ritual for a good harvest and later became a popular public sport steeped in tradition. 41. Japan places significant importance on nonverbal communication, where subtle clues like posture and facial expressions can convey deeper meanings. To avoid misinterpretation, many Japanese people maintain neutral expressions during conversations. 42. Japan is made up of over 6,000 islands, with 4 main ones: Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku. 43. Major global tech companies like Sony, Toyota, Panasonic, and Nintendo are based in Japan, making the country a tech pioneer. 44. The Japanese have one of the highest life expectancies in the world, with citizens often living into their 80s. 45. Geisha, otherwise known as Japanese performers, were originally men. However, over time, the role became exclusively female in the 18th century. 46. Japan's emperor is a ceremonial figurehead with no political power, under a constitutional monarchy. 47. Sitting on 4 tectonic plates, Japan is prone to earthquakes. It's no wonder why it experiences over 1,500 tremors a year, most of which are minor. 48. Food lovers might think of Paris or New York, but for 13 years, Tokyo has held the title for the most Michelin-Star restaurants. 49. Japan is no easy language to learn. With 3 writing systems, kanji, hiragana, and katakana, each serving a different purpose. 50. In Japan, eating while walking is strongly frowned upon. Meals are meant to be enjoyed seated, except of course at festivals where anything goes. We hope you found these facts about Japan as interesting as we did. Which fact was your favorite? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more.